Welcome back to News Now from Fox, everybody. We're taking a live look at the U.S. Capitol in Washington, D.C. We have Fox 5 D.C.'s Bob Barnard joining us again to kind of talk about how locals are reacting to how the D.C. area looks and feels right now. Good morning, Bob. How you doing?
All right, Pilar, I'm doing well, thanks. We're in Alexandria, Virginia this morning, which is just across the Potomac River from Washington.
Okay, so what are people telling you about the current state of the D.C. area?
You know, one of the more impressionable things I've heard this morning so far is a gentleman who said he's ready to move on. I think a lot of people are. I mean, usually, there's an election, who won. There's a little bit of quiet time as the transition progresses to Inauguration Day, January 20th, and then a new administration, and you go along, and it can change parties, but, pretty much everything goes along fairly smoothly. This has been anything but. I mean, leading up to the election, right after the election, all this time, it's just been rather stressful for those of us who live and work in this area. I mean, everybody's hearing and seeing what the president and his supporters have said and what all's going on in terms of security in Washington. But to be here, to live amongst it, to feel it, to see it with your own eyes, it does add a layer of stress to our already stressful lives as we're dealing with the pandemic and wondering when we're going to get the vaccine, and when people we love in other parts of the country who could use the vaccine before we could, when they're going to get it, how are they going to get it? So there's just a lot going on. And so we've been speaking to people who are a bit stressed out, again, ready to move on. Some are not happy and are not looking forward to the new administration coming in. Others are saying members of the current administration that are leaving tomorrow should all go to jail. So we're getting a lot of thoughts and feelings on the street here this morning. I think for the most part, people are just kind of bracing to see what happens tomorrow with all the security around the Capitol, the White House, and the National Mall in Washington, with 25,000 now National Guard troops. Is everything going to kind of come and go smoothly tomorrow, and all the buildup will have, in a sense, served its purpose, perhaps discouraging any more trouble like we saw 2 weeks ago? But then what comes down the line? Do you take everything away and then there's trouble? You can't live like this. We've got like 6 bridges from Northern Virginia into Washington that are closed today as of 6 o'clock this morning for security purposes. A lot of the inauguration tomorrow is going to be virtual because of the pandemic and the concern for potential trouble. So just a lot going on for our feeble minds to process. I think you would agree.
Yeah, Bob, I have a friend who's a reporter out there at a different station, so I'm not going to say which one. But she just keeps putting on social media, talking about these unprecedented times, how locals just aren't used to this. It's just so weird. And like you said, it's stressful. And honestly, a lot of people are seeing the militarization in the area, and they feel like it's a war zone, perhaps, because it's just never been seen like this before. You talked about the 6 bridges that are closed. Are there any other travel restrictions in the area that are happening?
Oh yeah, there are a lot of road closures in and around the downtown DC area that kind of are further north than they would normally be. Kind of south of the mall is the Potomac River, so it's just kind of a little bit to the north and west and east of the downtown area that perimeter has grown. I will tell you, covering all kinds of events over the years, 4th of July parades that were built up because President Trump wanted a big display and all that, and Pope visits. There is often a big security presence downtown. They'll put like snowplows in the middle of the summer blocking streets for security reasons. And we've had some National Guard type troops in the past at certain events. But just the sheer numbers and the scope and the breadth of what's going on around downtown Washington right now is just rather extraordinary.
Yeah, full lockdown. It kind of makes you wonder if all this pomp and circumstance is worth it, but it's going to be a show to behold tomorrow. Bob Barnard, thank you so much for being live for us again this morning, and stay safe out there.
Thank you.
All right, everyone, again, we're taking a live look at Capitol Hill right here on News Now from Fox. It's going to be a very busy day tomorrow. We're going to have it all here for you on News Now from Fox. So